Donal Moloney's clearly had enough at this stage of waiting around to see if he's going to get the Clare job on his own, and he has decided to step away. And it might be a case of Clare reaping what they sow, because it's now the first week in October has already passed by. They've no manager. They're at the county final stage in the championship, so that means that players are at a loose end. Pretty soon you'll be looking at getting them their gym programs and what have you. And all of a sudden Clare are in a situation now where they've no manager. That's not ideal. They could end up with a late start, be a few weeks behind other teams going into next season, and that's not ideal, because pretty soon you'll find yourself in pre-season mode. You'll find players in Fitzgibbon mode, league starting, and yeah, definitely be a case if they're worried about the birds in the bush when they've got one in the hand. And it's hard to know 100% if Donal Moloney was going to be the right man after Jerry O'Connor had left. Of course, they did get to the All-Ireland semi-final in 2018, but it didn't happen for them at all in 2019. Moloney said in a statement that due to the ongoing uncertainty over the process of selecting new management, and despite the support I have received from the hurling squad, I do not wish to inhibit members of the existing management team and persons who had committed to coming on board for 2020 from missing out on opportunities as other counties put together their coaching team. As a management team, therefore, we have taken the decision not to seek another term. So there's a couple of things in that. Number one, he said he has the support of the hurling squad, and he may do. The question is, we don't know exactly how much. Is that from a couple of players anecdotally? Did they come to him and say, right, 90% of the panel are behind you, or we had a majority vote and they're in favour of you staying on? We don't know. It's kind of vague, so it's hard to know how much to read into it, but you'd imagine a couple want to stay on, and there's always going to be a certain amount of players that are happy enough with the status quo because you're in the team. Life is rosy. The other thing is, he talks about inhibit existing members of the management team for opportunities ahead of the next year, and that's another fair point, because if you're an S&C coach, if you're a selector, whatever it may be, and you've got ambitions, like all the other teams are putting together their management sides at this stage, their tickets, and you could be left twisting in the wind now. You could be waiting to see, you could have a couple of people saying, have you any interest in getting involved in our team for next year? And all of a sudden you're saying, no, it's going to happen with Clare, and then all of a sudden it doesn't. So yeah, very fair point from Donal Moloney there. Doesn't want to leave players hanging around, but whoever does come in for Clare, and if you were to look at the bookies, the talks is Brian Lohan, who announced his candidacy, his interest, Anthony Daly as well, a couple of heroes in 95 and 97. Of course, Daly managed the team before and has managed Dublin in the meantime. So in terms of more recent inter-county experience, obviously Daly has far more of that, but that's not to say that Brian Lohan wouldn't be a good candidate either. It's the unknown, and therein lies the risk. Yeah, for Donal Moloney, he said, on behalf of the management team, I'd like to thank the players for creating such a fantastic environment over many years, and for the honesty of effort and commitment that they have shown to their families, friends, their clubs and to their county. They have brought great honour to the Clare jersey in the 12 years I've been involved in the inter-county management since 2007, from under 16 level up to senior. I wish the group the very best for the future. Yeah, and it's a real case now of, are Clare going to be starting a little bit slower than other teams? Are they going to leave themselves with a lot to do? And they're going to be under pressure to bounce back next season, because 2019 was so disappointing. So let us know, who do you think should be the management for next season? And would you have liked Donal Moloney to have stayed on?